Hi girls. Uh, Today we're continuing our education on how to become a QA engineer, or at least for you to know what is it and how is it going. The main purpose of this education is to pass the interview. Yesterday we were talking about the vocabulary. It's not the whole vocabulary, but just the main, I would say, yeah. And today I would like to talk about the interview itself, about the process of interview, what's going on there, what you are going to be asked. I would like to divide this interview process into two parts, like if you are a newbie and if you are an experienced one, because the flow of the interview is different for newbies and for the experienced workers. If you are a newbie, so let's start with this one, and maybe because it's the most popular, if you are a newbie, you will be called junior, like junior specialist. So if you have some experience, you usually called middle, and if you are a really experienced guy or girl, you will be called senior worker. They QAs have such statuses. If you're just a junior, you're here for the first time, your interview will consist of the following sections. Each interviewer would like to know you, not just your experience, but they would like to know you as a personality, and they are trying to find it out during the interview by asking you questions. The first question for you will be like, tell about yourself, please. So you should be ready to tell about yourself, not the story of the whole your life. Usually the answer should be quite precise, not long really, and interesting as far as it's possible. So if you prepare your answer beforehand, so you have a good chance to make it not long, just short, and interesting. So tell about yourself. You usually tell some facts. Then for sure you are going to be asked why testing. Your previous homework, and the last question of your previous homework is connected with the answer of this question, for this question. Why testing? For sure they would like to know you don't have experience, you have been working during all your life in some other positions. They would like to know why have you decided to choose testing. Do you really understand what it means, what you're gonna do, your functions? And with this simple but tricky question, they are going to know you better. To this question, for sure you should understand for yourself why testing. It's good for you if you prepare this answer beforehand. You should know the main qualities, the main qualities which every tester needs. Usually they should love details. They should be patient and very attentive. Patient because it's routine work. You should sit the whole day at one place and doing the same job. You may investigate the same project day by day. So you should be patient, very attentive, and you should love what you do. You should love the details. That's the most important quality for the tester. When you are talking about why testing, you should sound really positive and excited. If it's possible for you, just do it, because it will be appreciated. They will feel that she really, or he really understands what is he doing. Maybe he will be suitable for us, this exact employee. Oh, well, so details, routine job, but better not to pronounce this word routine. Yeah, you should understand it, but not to pronounce. It's better to answer in different way, like I like the details really, and I am passionate enough to spend really a lot of time doing the same job every day because the quality is my choice. The quality is really what I want to achieve, what I appreciate in the product, and so your main aim is to provide quality of the product. So while you test it, you would like it to be really the top quality. Your product should be the top quality. Well, that's the answer for this question. Yes, you are a junior, you don't have an experience, but you will be asked about experience. Oh, why? And don't be scared of it. You will be asked just because a lot of juniors, they may just do some freelance job, yeah, like go to some websites just to gain at least some experience, not in your labor book, just to have any idea, and you will be asked. And if you have such experience, for sure it will be a plus for you if you say them that, oh yeah, I tested some websites, I did this, I did that. So but if you don't have any of such kind of experience, don't worry about it and don't be shy. You may just answer, no, I just had experience during my courses. Yeah, we tested this, we tested that. So just try to sound confident and positive. This is the most important thing for them to know that, yeah, maybe you don't have experience, but you are ready to work for it. That's it. Also, you will be asked some special questions like exactly connected with this job, yeah, with the theory, for example, types of testing, which types of testing do you know? There are a lot of types of testing. I'm not gonna teach you all of them right now because usually it's a month's course, so we don't have so much time, but at least some of them, yes, some vocabulary, maybe the most popular vocabulary in this case is like severity, priority. You already know it's not the types of testing, it's just the most popular vocabulary. You will be asked about severity and priority. Thanks God you have already known what is it. And they always ask about examples, and just think about it beforehand to sound confident. Yeah, about severity, priority, and the examples of these words. And about types of testing, the most popular types of testing, like just general positive and negative testing. It's very simple. Positive testing, that you should just test that everything works correctly. So you should not come up with some ideas how to test it to prove that it has defects, it doesn't work properly. No. Positive testing, you should do everything correctly to check if it works or not. For example, you should test a registration form, yeah, at some website. You shouldn't put any unnecessary information in the fields of name, username. No. You should do everything correctly. Just put username, so your name, your surname, to click the necessary button and to understand. So you fill in necessary data and you just check if it works. So this is called a positive testing. If you do what you should do as a user, and the site or the product should work. This is the positive testing. Negative testing, as you may already understand, is just vice versa. If you check that on positive testing everything works correctly, so if you're a good tester, you will check, you start checking negative testing, like to fill in all inappropriate info or not filling in the registration form at all and trying to register. So that's the negative testing. If it's we're talking quickly on simple example with registration form. Also, one of the most popular questions of the life cycle of a bug. It's not difficult. By the way, you can come up with some ideas because from our previous lesson, if you know Jira, Jira processes, for example, you found a bug. So it's open, the life cycle of a bug. Open, then the developer starts fixing it. It's in progress, so open, in progress. When the developer finished, it's usually fixed and closed. So it's fixed, and then when you check everything is working okay, the bug doesn't exist anymore, so you just put the status closed. And here it is, the life cycle of one bug. So it's open, it's in progress, it's fixed, it's closed. For sure, it can be there can be different phases, like for example, imagine that the bug is not fixed. So the developer thinks that he fixed it, but he didn't. And so you may put the status reopen. It's okay, but it just options. But in general, this is the life cycle of a bug. Now it's alive, it's open, then it's in progress, then fixed, and then closed. That's the most important information. You will be asked about experience in Jira. So can you work in it? Do you know anything about the Jira? Which fields you should fill in when you write a ticket? And for sure, they love to give you a test. Any test, like usually it's simple test, as I mentioned, registration form. They may ask you, they may give you the registration form with some defects, some bugs. You will be asked to find them and to write a description. Like imagine that you write a ticket in a Jira. Imagine, and you will be asked to write the description. In Jira, you should fill in the description. What is the description? Description is like steps, to reproduce how the developer or the person who is going to fix it is going to reproduce this defect. He should know it. The description has the special structure usually. I will show you it right now. So steps to reproduce the defect, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So it depends on how many steps do you have to reproduce it. The steps should be precise and clear, so not ambiguous. So it should be clear, really. So no questions should arise after your description. The developer should find these defects, should be able to reproduce it. After the steps, you write actual result, what you have, how it works now, and then you write expected result, how it should work in ideal situation. That is the description. And usually you are asked to write it in English. If you can, you write it in English. These are the main points. For sure, you may be asked some other questions, but it depends. It depends on the employer. If he already found out everything about you that he wanted or not. The last stage, it's maybe, there is such a point like tricky questions. The employer might want to know how can you behave in difficult situations. And he starts to ask simple but very tricky questions. Tricky questions are the questions which are not very easy to answer decently, without thinking about it, just correctly, decently. But we will leave it for tomorrow. We will learn how to, what kind of tricky question can you come up with, and how to answer them. But for today, so yeah, I'm just talking about the main flow of the interview. And about the experienced worker, it was for newbies, yeah, for juniors. And if you are an experienced worker, the flow of the interview will be a little bit different, but not in a core, but just a bit different for sure. You will not be asked about, I don't know, maybe to write a description, yeah, because for sure you're a senior or middle, you already know it. You will be asked about your experience, so about your achievement at your previous workplaces, and about maybe they would like to find out, are you a really good tester? They may give you this registration form also, and they will ask you to come up with as much ideas as possible. How are you going to test it? What are you going to check? And for your homework, I'm going to test you, and it will be a good brainstorm, yeah, for you, because you will try to imagine yourself as a tester, and I'll explain it exactly what you should do after this video. So, but for now, it's the main information.